Kez here to give a quick listener discretion for frequent discussions of harm to children throughout the episode. Stay safe and have a happy holidays.
As a disclaimer, Monster Fuckers Anonymous is indeed about wanting to love and have sex with monsters, but we want to make things extremely clear from the get-go. The monsters we will be selecting will be sentient and able to consent. Not all of the chosen monsters will be sapient, but we will not be endorsing zoophilia or bestiality. Anthropologically, monsters all around the world, and media representations of them, have had many racial and sociological implications. We will be as transparent and ethical as possible, while also sex-positive and mostly having fun.
'Twas the night before Christmas, and all through the lands, all the creatures were joyous, except two, you must understand. One an angel, uptight and wound up with such care, the other a devil, with too much to share. "What's wrong with you? The holidays have just begun," the angel asked with dread. The devil responded, "There's something I cannot get out of my head." "Well, ask away, devil, maybe we can solve it with luck." "Well, angel, which Christmas spirit would you fuck?" The angel and devil argued for hours, nay days. "Enough," the devil yelled, "let's find a human and see what they have to say." So they found a human, a British one, and forced her to listen, and published their findings for all to listen in addition. And that, dear listeners, is what the show is without a doubt, about which monster you would like to trounce about. And now, without further ado, no more speeches, that's most ominous. Welcome to Monster Fuckers Anonymous. Special episode of MFA, our first Christmas episode. Yay! It's a show where we talk about monsters, talk about the lore, talk about everything about them, and whether or not you, yes, you listening, you waiting by the tree watching Grandma got run over by a reindeer over again because they keep playing that, or like the other one that's super special, like Olive's Christmas. I love Olive's Christmas. It's my favorite Christmas special. You sitting there waiting for Santa. Yes, you, whether or not you should have sex with these monsters. I am your colorful Christmas consultant cleric here. And with me, as always, is the jovial, the joyous Joe.
Oh, oh, oh.
Santa?
Put your pussy lips on Instagram Live, I'll give you $1,000.
I mean, Santa, if it'll give you 1,000, sure.
I'm shooting down your chimney like the fucking hot bitch Olga from Atlantis.
God, if you look like Olga, I swear to God, I'll
what? Don't say that. Don't say that.
No, I'm not. I'm saying if you look like Olga. I mean, if anyone ever looked like Olga and they walk up to me in an event and they grab me by the neck and say, like, "You're coming with me now," that's it. I'm done. I'm folding.
You need help. You do need help. And I do want you to know that. Okay.
From Olga.
Yeah, honestly, we'd all be better off. Absolutely.
If I got abducted by a white woman who looked like Olga.
Oh my God. This is your fantasy. We're starting Christmas this way.
That's what I asked Santa for, so hopefully you'll never know.
I want a white woman to
Anyways, hey everybody, welcome to the Christmas episode of MFA. We're so excited to talk about it. I mean, this has been a full year. It's been like a full year since we've done MFA, so this is our first Christmas episode, which is super excited. We love all the holidays, but since it's coming out on the 24th, we got to talk about Christmas. So Joe, I want to ask you a question. What draws you to Christmas?
Well, it's Jesus' birthday, first of all.
Oh yeah, shout out to the J-Man.
I don't know. Christmas doesn't mean anything really to me. It's just kind of a day. It's never snowed on Christmas ever in my experience, which has always been sad. I think it's only snowed on my birthday like once. So Christmas is ruined.
Well, besides your sad life, why do you think people are drawn to Christmas?
It's a day where most people are sad that they don't have girlfriends in Asia and they eat KFC.
Well, I wish I was one of them because God, do I wish
that you had some KFC right now.
But I've always liked Christmas. Christmas has always been interesting to me. I like being around family. Sometimes, I don't know. But I do like the idea of just togetherness. It's always been, even with if it's not the family you know, or the family you're born with, it's the family you know. So like, I always like having like a friend's like Christmas gatherings. That way, like I can spend it with people who I know chose me and I chose them, and it's always a good time. So that's what I think Christmas is. It's that sense of togetherness, whether or not with the people you like and the people you don't like. But something about Christmas is that it inspires a lot of legends and lore. Because it's a holiday steeped in both pagan and Western traditions, there's a whole host of monsters and spirits and stories surrounding this very special, joyous holiday. Which is why, Joe, I think for our first episode on Christmas Eve, we have to, for science, talk about some Christmas monsters.
Talk about the 3 most worst, dog shit, absolute, horrible, terrible, terrifying, scary-ass Christmas monsters ever.
We don't know that. Listen, the audience doesn't know that because this is a little Christmas present for you. Anyways.
You're a fucking creep.
Anyways, so as all our episodes work, even a Christmas one, I've picked a monster that I think embodies the Christmas spirit that I want to fuck. So has Joe, and we have forced Kez to pick a Christmas monster that we have no idea what she's picked. I'm curious because I know Joe's pick and Joe knows mine. I'm very, very curious as to what Kez has chosen because we picked the 2 most obvious ones. So I'm kind of worried. I genuinely am.
Like, how could it get worse than this? Yeah.
It can, apparently. I think it can. Kez is currently on a losing streak, so let's see if she can make it worse. But with that, Joe, are you ready to get this holiday celebration rolling?
Hell yeah.
Oh yeah.
I sound tired. I'm so sorry. Hell yeah.
Hell yeah, brothers. So let's start this holiday season right. Joe, how would you tell us about what you bring to the table? What gift are you bringing? What's a gift? Why don't you take the present that's underneath this Christmas tree that we're both obviously surrounded by? Would you pull it out and open it up for us?
Don't interrupt me. I am bringing the creature with which the incredible, fantastic, Germanic event is named.
Where are you going with this?
Krampus! Krampus is a horned, anthropomorphic figure in Central and Eastern Alpine folklore, who during the Christmas season scares children who have misbehaved. Assisting St. Nicholas, the pair visit children on the night of December 6th, with St. Nicholas rewarding the well-behaved children with modest gifts such as oranges, dried fruit, walnuts, and chocolate, while the badly behaved ones only receive punishment from Krampus, birch rods. With cloven hooves, the horns of a goat, a long pointed tongue and fangs, Krampus carries chains with which he thrashes for dramatic effect. Krampuslauf!
What the fuck did you just say?
The event is called Krampus Run, where essentially there will be people dressed as Krampus attempting to scare. I think it's like a play. I don't know anything about Germany. But also there was that one fucking Toni Collette movie with Krampus in it, with that one guy from Parks and Rec, which I guess is also a point.
Ben was
of American pop culture. Ben, your good friend Ben.
Yeah, my good friend Ben, the character that he plays in Parks and Rec. Me and him, we're tight. We go way back. We go way back to the first Krampus, actually. Also, the Saint Nick that you described is a fucking loser. If I had been a good child all throughout the entire year, and I wake up and I just get nuts,
I would be so happy.
You'd be happy with a nut?
I'd be happy with oranges, dried fruit, walnuts, and chocolate. I also stole this whole thing from Wikipedia. So Wikipedia, thanks. I haven't ever given you money, but thanks for the plagiarism. Anyway, Krampus. Krampus basically is he looks like the devil, but isn't the devil, which I think is already a strong start for people that are afraid to get into satanic mysticism, but love the aesthetic.
Okay.
Maybe love goatmen, satyrs, but with a little bit more of like an evil Dionysian kind of take.
Here's what I'll say. The only I'm not very familiar with Krampus, only the name. The only media of Krampus that I know is from American Dad.
Oh, no.
There's an episode of American Dad where Krampus, like, they go to, like, I don't know. I feel, if I remember the episode correctly, they killed Santa Claus. And so Steve had been, like, the shittiest kid. No, it wasn't the episode where they killed Santa Claus. It's another episode. It was where they were the shittiest child, Steve was. Steve was, like, a piece of fucking garbage. A spoiled little rich kid. And so Stan and Francine, like, contact Krampus. And they're like, hey, yo, can you beat our child? And so Krampus kidnaps Steve to teach him a lesson. And he also has a song. Like, Krampus starts, like, belting out, like, blues music. Starts fucking going in. And he has a beautiful song. That's all I remember.
He had the voice of an angel.
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 I sent some pictures where it does appear, it does look like Saint Nicholas. I mean, clearly his name is Saint Nicholas. They definitely look like a Jesus and the Jesus and Satan kind of parallel.
Well,
they have this like very mischievous relationship, it seems, where they're both like, yeah, we're gonna fucking get these kids. We're gonna fucking teach them how to be good or bad.
They're probably lovers. There's no way that these two
they
aren't married.
Are probably lovers. Yes.
I want to see. Hey, listeners, real quick, for my own interest, can somebody start making fan art of Saint Nicholas and Krampus making out? I'd really appreciate it. Yeah, just raw dogging it. And we can start getting your fanfics. We'd also appreciate that. You just tag us with that. We'd appreciate it. Actually, specifically tag Kez. I'd really appreciate it. Thank you.
No. I especially love in this second picture that I sent, it looks like fucking Theodore Roosevelt's family is visited by St. Nicholas and Krampus. And they're having like a little fun little time. Like, haha, look, that's what's going to get you. If you don't fucking do your homework, Billy.
He beats him. Krampus
does beat children.
Krampus is somebody who is all for physical punishment. He's
corporal discipline.
Corporal discipline, yeah. He's like, wow, you're not listening to me? Get the ruler. Smack.
I have psychosexualized my own corporal discipline into loving impact play. So what's the end? What's up?
Well, I mean, that's not a problem. So have I.
Yeah, thanks.
I think this is, again, sexualizing our traumas, which is what this show is technically all about. And it's interesting that Krampus is kind of that, like, impact pay. Like, he wants you to he's a disciplinary. So he's going to make sure that you're like, don't ever do that again. He's like your dom who's always like, make sure not to embarrass yourself at the fucking, not that, I'm sorry. It would be more of like, hey, didn't give money to that homeless person. You're not a good girl or some shit like that. So now you're going to get it later. Like you haven't been someone that wants to hold you accountable to doing good deeds. Yeah, definitely somebody who's like, have you been a good girl? You've been a little good boy? And you're going to be like, yeah, daddy, I have. And he just hits you when you say no. It's like, have I, daddy? He's like, you haven't. Scrap. But he's also, making out with an old white man. I mean, good for him. So you'd be their third. You'd be their little third that they can be like, have you been a good girl? You get rewarded by St. Nick. You've been a bad boy? Well, Krampus is going to cramp your style. Wow. Yeah. I don't like the silence that followed that joke. I am just like attempting to process all of your words right now, and I actually don't want to. It is very interesting, the amount of child killing going on. There's a lot of child killing. Of more pagan origins is the root, a bundle of birch branches that Krampus carries with which he occasionally swats children. It may have had significance in pre-Christian pagan initiation rites. They are replaced with the whip in some representations, and he appears with a sack or basket strapped to his back. This is to cart off evil children for drowning, eating, or transport to hell. Okay. Well, kids are evil. They have to be evil children. There are evil kids out there. There are bad kids. So if Krampus was real, and I don't want to say an actual person's name, but there are some people that could be carted off by Krampus, and we would be okay with that, I think. As somebody who used to be an educator, yeah. An educator of children. That's where that joke ends. That's it. Yeah. But I will also say, this is somebody who has their own definition of what's good and evil. Because what is evil, you know? Maybe not eating organic could be evil to Krampus, and suddenly you're getting carted off to hell? For what? The crimes of industry?
I wasn't listening to what you said. I'm sorry.
I knew it.
So we have a child beater. Is there anything else that we should mention? I just like his style. I just like the way he look.
I think he's just like a hard top, somebody who has these expectations that like you have to live up to, with his own kind of vibe. So
Kidnap play.
Yeah, kidnap play. Definitely like, hey, you didn't donate to charity this week. Time to get beat, you know, kind of thing.
Honestly, it would be a solid dom for some rich people.
Yeah, he's if you're a rich person, you need this dom. And if you're just trying to exist, I don't know if it works. I don't know if Krampus works out. Yeah. Especially since Krampus only really appears once a year on December 6th. Not even on Jesus' B-Day. How are you going to not show up on his B-Day?
Jesus' B-Day.
Not for the J-Man?
Like, he comes to your house. Like, I don't know. I guess Christmas is... I think definitively Christmas is on a different day in Germany. But, like, he comes before Christmas and kidnaps you before Christmas happens and then kills you.
Oh. And then offering to Jesus. Gotcha.
That's spicy. Yeah. That's a spicy guy.
No, he's spicy. I get it. That's spicy. That's cool. Kidnapped, getting murdered. Oh,
this is hilarious. It's customary to offer Krampus schnapps.
The ginger ale?
No, schnapps, the fruit brandy. Just like whatever, like at the alcohol. So if you bribe him with alcohol, he'll be fine.
Oh, so now you're also doing that. Okay. All right.
And he also is pictured pursuing buxom women. So if you have titties and you have alcohol, everything will be fine.
Krampus. All right. Man just said, show me some titties and beer and you're good.
Literally. I mean, I don't know. There's literally nothing else to say. He is a terrible guy with seemingly good intention, but should not be trusted around children. Or maybe he should be. Who knows? I think this is literally that one, the best nanny show. The Good Nanny, the Nanny.
I think it was just the nanny. I know what you're talking about.
I think it's just the nanny.
Just the nanny
yeah.
Who comes into like these troubled white people's homes and starts just like hitting their kids.
That's not what happens, but right. The kids hit their parents, which is crazy.
And she's like, no, you're not supposed to do that. And suddenly they start crying. It's like, all right, I'm going to start pelting you with Legos now. It's like, this is the worst case. Because she's always British. She's like, this is the worst
case always
British. I've ever seen.
No one stops being British.
I wish they did.
Honestly, so true. Kes?
If you weren't British, where would you want to be? Honestly, I'd want to be talking about the Papo scale.
Yeah, let's do that.
The Papo scale. Papo scale. So for possibility.
Only once a year.
Once a year he shows up. I don't know if he's really local. I think he's very localized to the Scandinavian, Germanic kind of area. Because I haven't heard of Krampus unless we're doing that. Like he does still pop up on December 6th to all naughty children. In which case, you have to have that one movie.
In that one movie with Ben and Tony. He just like I didn't even watch the movie. He like kills the whole family or something, or like pursues the whole family. Why did he do that?
Krampus, if you have time, if you want to hop on MFA to just tell us your reasoning for killing that family, we'd really appreciate it. You know, we want to give you a tell-all interview for it.
His name is Adam Scott, not Ben.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, Krampus, we're going to give you the opportunity to, do a tell-all on the show. Krampus, come on. Why'd you do it? This has turned into a True Cry podcast.
Bitch deserved it.
Did you? Krampus, she deserved it? Jesus.
Bitch deserved it.
She didn't have her titties out.
Okay, so what's the let's do the math of like what is the percentage of 1 out of 365?
1 out of 365. That's a fraction. You could just do that. You could just use that fraction.
Yes.
So it's a 1 out of 365 chance.
We do shit in decimals.
Yeah, but again, it's a 1 in 63, like 1 in 365
I'm
chance.
also
it's a
talking
fraction.
about the division thing, so it's not a raw, incorrect way that I'm talking about it.
No, I know it's not incorrect, but it's still like if you want it, we could just use that fraction. We could just use that fraction.
It's literally 0.3.
Okay, then yeah.
So the possibility is 0.3.
No, okay. Let's slow the roll. It's not 0.3. It's like maybe 1.3 because like okay, he shows up one day a year, and you could.
Oh, I'm sorry. The math is 0.3. So like 1 out of 365 is 0.3. But like in our ranking, he's just a goat guy. He's like a person.
He shows up like once a fucking year. Yes, but then he also like you can meet him, you talk to him. If you're nice, if you're a good person, Krampus probably fucks with you. And if you give him beer, he's gonna talk to you. And if you flash him your titties, you know he's gonna talk to you. So
then you're good for next year.
You're good for next year. He's gonna be like, damn, mama, shit, say less. Exactly.
Disgusting. Honestly, sometimes some of us just need a random mythological man to come and beat the shit out of us a couple of days before Christmas. And then we really reevaluate our life before the New Year's.
4.
Did you just say poor?
I said 4. No.
Oh. Poor.
Poor. Krampus is poor.
I want to ask why.
Well, I think one. Okay,
but I'm not going to.
All right. Well, audience, you'll never get an answer as to why I picked that number. Joe, what's your number?
Can I do 3.3?
Yeah, you can do 3.3. Sure.
Okay, great. Thanks so much. This is my Christmas present for you. I can do a 3.3, and I can.
What? How is it a Christmas present for me? How is you picking a score that's 3.3 a Christmas present for me? How is that my gift?
This is your gift to me.
Oh, we've been using decimals for months now. You could have done this at any
unconventional.
Time. Just because it's unconventional,
are you telling me we could have done this anytime? You're telling me that we could do this?
Yes.
Well, we never discussed this. We're going to have a conversation after this because we can't do this in front of Kes every time that we have a divorce.
Oh my God.
Attractiveness.
Kes is used to it. We get a divorce almost every week. Attractiveness? It's a devil. Devils are hot. Win like the hooves. I'm going to give this a 6.
He does have sometimes like an abominable snowman kind of depiction, which I'm very into.
I like abominable snowmans. I like that. That's a good fucking vibe. The thing is, it's mostly his personality that's weighing me down.
Yeah.
It's like an evil little man.
Lots of safe words.
Yeah, he's definitely a hard top. Maybe even I won't say a stone top, but he's like, you got to be a good girl for daddy and shit like that.
Power bottom, definitely top.
I made Kez fucking cringe with what I just said. Kez literally had a physical reaction, and our audience, I think, had a physical reaction. I apologize, but that's Krampus. So honestly, 6.
I'll echo that. I think 6 is fair. He's like not the best looking or that special looking, really. Even by his art, he doesn't look really that special.
Yeah, compared to other devils, he's not that unique. He's just okay. Audacity. How audacious it is to get with Krampus. It's pretty audacious, I'll be real. One day a year, you gotta really either have a night child around you, have that conversation. But again, give him some beer and flash him your titties, and you can have a conversation.
It's not as audacious as it could be, I think.
Give this a 5. I think this is about around average. The one day a year is what weighs it down.
I don't think that. I don't think 5, but I think 4.
Wow, 1 point less than me. That's crazy. Wow. On
a 10-point scale, points before or after, I mean, lower or higher, can be significant.
I thought you were going to say
parental acceptance.
I thought you were going to say like a 3 or something. Parental acceptance. This is not happening. Our Christian immigrant parents are not approving of Krampus. I'm
still fucking him, but it's not happening. It's like literally I can forget about him for the rest of the year.
Yeah, he's not that cool, to be honest. The second thing is he's not meeting my parents. He's a devil.
No.
Giant demon. This is not happening. And I will say, if it was just based on his personality and he could like appear as a human, maybe because he's somebody who's very much like, I just hate evil. I'm I'm trying to be a good person. I want people to be good. And I love
He does hate evil.
Oh, wait a second. Joe, this is a person who has their own sense of justice, hates evil, and punishes evil. Do you know what this is?
This is Jesus Christ.
This isn't Jesus Christ. No, I was going to say this is a supernatural cop.
how was I gonna make that jump from what you were talking about?
Well, because
who are we not to say that Jesus Christ isn't a supernatural cop?
You weren't supposed to make it a jump. You weren't supposed to, because you weren't supposed to make the jump. I was going to tell you.
Jesus is a supernatural cop.
Jesus isn't a supernatural. I don't want to have this conversation on record.
Jesus is in the show Supernatural with Jensen Ackles and that other guy.
They got Jesus on the show? Then why the fuck are you making shit up?
I have no idea.
Then why the fuck are you making shit up about Jesus? I don't even know. It's not even the point of the fucking episode. Just fucking pause for math.
Thank you to our current Ko-fi members for your support on the show so far. That's Gav, Christian J, Daydori, Akima, and Funzo Surawali. You can find us on Ko-fi under the name Monster Lover Pod, where we post production updates, a regularly updated chart of all the monster rankings from these episodes, and outtakes that didn't make it into the very episode you're listening to right now. You can also find us on Twitter, Tumblr, and YouTube under the same name, Monster Lover Pod. Please, enjoy the rest of the episode.
And that's why Jesus isn't technically a super cop, but he is a super lawyer.
Oh, gotcha. Yeah. I understand.
Still a problem. Anyway. Still a parasite, but, you know.
Anyway, Cleric, the scores. Are you ready?
Oh, shit. We were also doing that. Yeah, what's up?
So for our overall for Krampus, you got a 4, I got a 3.6, and altogether Krampus got a 3.8, which is just 1 point below Melania.
Really? Oh.
That's fair.
That's fair.
I mean, a point above RL.
Oh, okay. That's fine.
It's not fine.
I'm fine with that. I'm A-okay with it.
Okay. Is it because it's a Kes pick?
100% it's because it's a Kes pick.
I understand.
I forgot who Ariel's is.
The fucking Frost Maiden.
Oh, yeah. I forgot. I was just saying shit. I forgot who that was.
Oh, yeah.
I fucking forgot who that was.
Jesus Christ.
I forgot the whole conversation. So I was literally just like, oh, yeah, I think it's well deserved, because I was just like, that's the flow of the conversation.
Oh, my God.
All right, let's move on. So that's all for the crazy the Krampus,
crazy with the K.
Crazy with the K. Krampus. Now it's on to my pick, and I think my pick's interesting. I think my pick is probably the most Christmassy pick you can pick. Something light, something fun, something interesting. And you want to know what it is, Joe? You want to know what I picked for Christmas? I'm going to unwrap my present right now.
Ew.
What do you... No, whoa. There's a present underneath the tree that I got that I'm unwrapping.
Okay.
God. I can't even do anything for you. We can't even do bits anymore. God. Just made it weird. I'm unwrapping the present now. Here. What I'm showing you is a present of the Grinch.
Ew.
Don't ill him. Not yet. Green as the envy that runs through his veins, as looming as the fear he imposes on others, and wicked as the devil himself, the Grinch's hatred knows no bounds. Children, joy, even life itself earns his disdain. But one thing anchors him more than others: Christmas. And the Grinch will do anything to put a stop to its joyous holiday.
You brought the same monster that I did.
No, I didn't. Mine's completely different.
Okay, let's discuss how and why, and why I'm not going to listen.
Okay, I'm sorry that you're stuck in your ways, and I'm trying to be, open into other interpretations. But the Grinch is green. Krampus isn't green. Wow. He's got long fingers, which means you know how he's digging in their prostate with that, and he's just a mean person. While Krampus punches evildoers, the Grinch is just
evil.
He's just plain evil. The Grinch is the hater personified.
Oh, for sure.
So everyone who identifies as a hater, who hates from the bottom of their hearts, the Grinch has you beat. The Grinch has been a hater since the day he was fucking born. The Grinch despises all things that breathe. There's other stories have tried to give him a sad backstory as to why he's a hater. From the original story, from how the Grinch stole Christmas, the Grinch just hates fucking Christmas, and he hates Whoville. He thinks they're all pretentious. He thinks they're weird. He thinks they're stupid. The Grinch just hates. There's some other interpretations, like the live action version. The reason the Grinch hates or Jim Carrey were seeing the Grinch as a real like personified person, not good. Like, it's ugly, genuinely.
Especially Jim Carrey.
Yeah, Jim Carrey's the Grinch is ugly, and I'm sorry for everyone who had to accept that here and now.
I think everyone's on board.
He's a gross little monster. But in that version, the reason he hates everybody is because the mayor of Whoville now, when the movie was coming out, in the past, bullied him and stole his girlfriend, basically. They stole the girl he liked. So he was like, of course I'm going to hate all of Whoville because they stole my woman. And so he stole our Christmas. In the new animated version, voiced by Benedict Cumberbatch, fellow British person, fellow British soul as Kez, Benedict Cumberbatch. He has a sadder backstory where he was like abandoned. He was orphaned on Christmas. So he has like sadder memories, and like he's more misinterpreted, where it's like, oh, he's because he's clumsy and he just doesn't know how to be socially awkward. And he doesn't know how to be around people. So everyone interprets his social awkwardness as like being a piece of shit.
You're an orphan.
Oh, boo-hoo. You lost your parents on Christmas? Well, I have to put up holiday decorations now, Grinch. Come on. How about you celebrate your parents' death anniversary some other time, loser?
We all have it hard.
We all have it hard. I have to dress up as Santa and give kids like candy. You have to just mourn both your parents dying, and you haven't really processed that, loser.
Anyway,
what do you think about the Grinch, Joe?
Bad. Like, I love the Jim Carrey movie, but he eats glass.
He does.
And he eats onions.
He does.
And he abuses his dog.
No, okay. Here's the thing.
Okay. There's a technicality on abusing the dog.
There's a technicality. Flag on the play. In the original version of How the Grinch Stole Christmas, he loves Max. He just doesn't know how to show. He's just socially awkward. Like, he does genuinely like Max. In both, the only time that he doesn't like his dog is in the live action version. Most of the time, he loves Max. Like, Max is like his only friend.
That's true.
So he's not an animal abuser. He is, however, sadistic and mean. In the Grinch's other appearances, besides How the Grinch Stole Christmas, he is described as sadistic. He is described as a monster. Sometimes he goes down to Whoville in like Darcy's other stories, and he just fucks around and makes people's lives a hell. Like in another story, he literally like he tries to instill fear in Who that's there, and just like does things to fuck with him. Also, I burped in the middle of that fucking explanation.
It's okay. They are sort of pretentious, though.
Yeah, the Who's deserve it.
They do. They do deserve to get their Christmas taken.
Yeah, the little shits. Like, how the fuck are you gonna be? Like, I understand how the Grinch feels. Like, I'm trying to rest. I'm mourning my parents' fucking death, and you're suddenly all singing songs like, "I'm so happy today is Christmas. This is my favorite day of the year." I'm gonna feel some type of way. And when I ask you, "Hey, can you turn on the lights? It's very bright. I can see your Christmas lights from across the street." And you're like, "Wow, someone doesn't have Christmas spirit." Yeah, Betty Ann, my parents are dead. Why the fuck would I have Christmas fucking spirit, Betty Ann?
Damn, yeah.
I'm sorry, I'm not trying to make a fucking roasted ham for you. Wow, you don't want to go caroling with us and sing the songs of my parents' death? My parents got hit by carolers.
Okay, Cleric is spiraling. So we have to go one of two ways. We set up any other scenario, or we just go into the scale, because I think everyone viscerally knows and understands the Grinch.
So the Grinch, I'll say something. I want to give some positive points to the Grinch besides being a little hater. His heart does grow 3 sizes that day,
and then he dies because of his heart fucking expanding in his body.
If you want to go by that interpretation, then yes. He also is an inventor. He invents a whole bunch of things. Like,
that is so true.
Creative. He can make sex machines
inventive
for
because
you.
of spite.
Yeah,
because of
as somebody who's fueled by spite and is only alive due to my pride and my sprite, I think that I know I said sprite. Everyone, I know I said sprite. Sprite. I know what I said, but who's only alive by pride and sprite is I get it. I get where he's coming from.
I get where
As a hater myself, I understand.
Cleric kinning the Grinch.
Don't say that. Don't use Tumblr terms to me.
Okay.
Let's just go to the Papa scale. You're right. Everyone is the Grinch.
Sure.
Everyone is the Grinch.
Nothing else to say here.
Possibility. He's a mean one, Mr. Grinch.
Mr. Grinch. He's smelly. He's
this is possibility.
belly.
This is possibility. Not fucking insulting his appearance. Will we get to that the next one?
I'm sorry.
So how about you slow your fucking roll there? Okay.
Okay,
bestie. Okay. So with possibility, if we lived in Whoville,
he's pretty reachable.
Well,
I feel like you just have to climb a mountain.
He lives on the tallest peak in Mount.
Oh, never mind.
So very rare. He does travel to town sometimes. In the live, not the live action version, in the animated version with Benedict Cumberbatch, he went down to get groceries. Like he goes down to get groceries once in a while. And in some of the books, he goes down on different holidays and regularly. Everyone mostly stays away from him, and he stays away from the town. So unless you see him when he's in town getting his shit, or you go up to visit the mountain, it's not really possible. But he also, again, we have to put into his personality. Mans is not talking to you. You're gonna walk up to him, he like, "Hey, Mr. Grinch," and he's gonna be like, "Get out of me, out of my face, you fucking pie-faced loser! You fucking
get out
crusted.
of me!
Get out of me, personal space, you." You crater-faced loser.
Damn, coming after acne laden children.
You onion-faced child.
Cleric is spiraling.
3.
We have to keep going.
2, 3.
How is he less possible than Krampus?
Because Krampus at least punishes evildoers, and he likes good people, and if you show him your tits, you're fine. The Grinch literally hates everyone.
If you work on him and his soul, if you give him a child who really believes in something and you build a family together.
Why the fuck do I have to build a family with him? Why the fuck do I have to build a relationship with him in order to even crack his shell? You're adding extra steps. You're adding extra like all this other fucking scenario
what is this
to it.
show?
No, I'm not saying that's not what the show is. I'm saying you're like, in order to breach his fucking, even get into his like relationship.
Cleric and I are on the verge of tears right now.
I'm fucking losing my mind. I
say 4.
I don't know what happened in between the pause for math, but I'm fucking spiraling. What the fuck
it's the Christmas spirit.
The Christmas spirit is overtaking me. I haven't set a score yet. So I need to figure out. I think this is.
No, you said 4. You said 3.
I said 3.
Yeah.
3.3.
Why the fuck?
Because you used a 0.3. I want to use a 0.3.
Our scores are gonna round out.
So?
All right. Anyway.
What's
attractiveness?
What was your number?
I said 4.
I wasn't listening.
Now who's not listening?
I just said I wasn't listening.
The Grinch is ugly.
He is. He's foul. He smells. There's literally an entire song. You're a mean one, Mr. Grinch. Where his personality is trash.
I wouldn't touch you with a 10-foot long pole.
It's like a 29.5-foot mile pole.
Damn. 2.
I said it first.
You didn't.
I did though. Audacity. It's pretty audacious to want to fuck the Grinch.
It is. That's not more audacious, I think.
It is though. He's on top of a mountain. He's, at least with Krampus, again, he comes onto the year and he punishes evildoers. Like he likes good people. Like if you're good, he likes you because his husband Saint Nick rewards you. So if with the Grinch, there's absolutely no redeeming qualities. If he hates you, he hates you. His heart growing 3 sizes that day.
I can change him.
How?
Cass, can you put my possibility for the Grinch to 5?
But how? How are you changing him? You haven't said how.
And audacity.
You're not even listening.
5.
It's fucking wild that you're changing scores without explaining anything. You're just fucking saying numbers. Everyone's asking you a question as
He's
to why.
going to town. He's like literally getting groceries. You can go to see him. He's not going to like it probably, but you can go and have. I just punched my mic. You can just have conversations with him, and then at some point, he'll soften up because he's a big old softy. He's a big old.
He's not a softy though.
Block. I just spit all over myself. He's just a big old block of butter underneath all that green hair.
Why do you want to fuck
green
butter?
Garbage hair?
What do you want to fucking stick your dick in butter?
Ted Cruz did.
What did Ted Cruz do? What do you mean?
So what's your audacity score?
2.
That's fair. Parental acceptance?
You haven't said a score.
I did.
Oh, you said 5.
Ah.
Parental approval. Now, I don't know
2.
if we had our parents down in Whoville and we brought the Grinch home. I don't know if they'd approve, genuinely. No way. But all the Who's in Whoville are super nice. But my parents, probably not. This crusty green man comes up, smelling like onions, whose only friend is a dog.
Korean people already smell like onions, so.
I don't know what to do with that information, Joe. I genuinely don't know what you want me to say.
Share
here.
it with your friends.
You're right. Hold on. Let me just send a tweet real quick. According to Joe, all Korean people smell like onions. Let me see how my replies go. Let me see how that happens.
Garlic might be more appropriate.
Would it?
What's your parental acceptance score for the Grinch?
3.
Cool. Let's sponsor back.
I don't even know what the fuck. Let's get some eggnog in us and figure things out. You're a mean one,
Mr. Grinch.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I said what I said. But Joe, as you're being mean, why don't you tell us a little bit about the scores we got for the greedy, grumpy Grinch?
For you, Cleric, overall, you got a 2.6. I got a 3.5, which gives the Grinch a 3.1.
Okay. I think that's fair. He's not that high. Like, I wouldn't consider him levels, but I also wouldn't rank him higher than a 4.
He might be our first just straight up 3.1.
Oh, that's interesting. I always like when we have a first or when we have a new score or something. It's always interesting. Who's he below?
Let's see. Everybody. He's specifically he's below the Minotaur, which is interesting.
No, I think it's fair. The Minotaurs are better
below Audrey 2.
Oh no, not Audrey 2.
That's really funny.
I can't wait for us to do a recap episode because there's so many monsters we talked about that I want to go back and be like higher or lower.
He was below Wan Shi Tong, which is fair. There's some decent ones in here.
Yeah. Be excited for that recap episode, everybody, because I'm excited to talk about it. So now that we're done with my...
No, I'm sorry.
Thank you. Now that we're done... Now that we're done with the Grinch, me and Joe have paid choices, but now it's time to figure out what Kez picked. And like I said, I'm very curious because I think we picked 2 very obvious big names. So we're going to be looking at the Christmas spirit that Kez has chosen. We haven't seen it. We don't know what it is. We'll be opening it live first time during this recording.
Yeah.
Joe, you ready to open it up?
Yeah.
All right. I'm going to open it on my phone in 3, 2, 1. What the fuck is this, Kez?
Ooh.
What is this? What is this?
She looks cute.
What the fuck?
This is like the Monster House.
No, it's nothing like the Monster House. Hold up. Don't fucking compare my choice to my Monster House to this, my Monsusi.
Okay. Grilla is a gigantic, hunchbacked ogress with a body covered in thick fur. She has sharp spines on her back and antlers on top of her head. Her face is covered by a mask to protect her ancient skin against the moonlight, but it is broken around her left eye, offering only the smallest glimpse at her true form, and wears rags made up of discarded fabrics and appliances.
So I will say, when I'm looking at, it's pretty interesting. I like Gryla's design, genuinely. I think it's a cool, monstrous, kind of hunchback yeti kind of vibe, which I fuck with. And
twinning, she eats children.
Okay, so the theme of this episode is we hate kids.
At some point in the past, 13 of the children she abducted came to work for her as the Yule Lads. This is from the Netflix show Hilda.
Okay, I also see it's based on Icelandic lore. which is the oldest poem in which she appears as described as a parasitic beggar who walks around asking parents to give her their disobedient children. Her plans can be thwarted by giving her food or by chasing her away. In mythology, she has a husband named Lottie, and the Yule lads are their sons.
She keeps them in line with the threat to eat them if they don't find her any other naughty children to eat. I also would threaten my children that way.
I'm sorry, what?
Anyway, she looks very cozy. I do love her look.
She'd give great hugs.
She would.
I feel, again, this is a Dom kind of person.
I disagree.
Really? What are you saying?
I think she sleeps most of the year. I think it's a situation, Sloth from Fullmetal Alchemist Brotherhood. I think it's a situation of like enjoying sex, but not wanting to I guess a pillow princess is sort of the vibe that I'm getting. Like she wants to be taken care of. She just woke up. Morning sex queen, super tall, super big, great hugs. And she hates kids. What more could you want in a woman?
To get choked?
I mean, I think she can certainly do that for you.
I also think I should say this. I don't like being choked. I know I bring it up often. It's just the go-to.
That's fair.
But I will say, I am getting what you're picking up, like being more pillow princessy, like asking other people to do things for her. Like, oh, give me feed. It gives very feedy vibes.
Find me children to eat.
Allow me to consume children. And she's also doing a service to the community. She's eating disobedient, naughty children.
Who are certainly not a product of their parents whatsoever.
Yeah. You know what? We don't take into circumstance into the show. So if you're naughty, it's your own fault, not society's.
It's not your environment. It's not nurture.
It's nature. I want to again remind everyone that this is a comedy podcast, that everything we're saying is for comedic effect. Please understand that this is for comedy.
We're okay.
We're good. A lot of our nurture has made us this way. I agree that it's a pillow princess. I agree definitely that it is that kind of vibe. The only downside I'm really seeing is that she's kind of evil. She's only going to be there maybe once or twice during the Christmas season, and then she's leaving. Then she's going to be asleep, so then you have to take care of her. You and her children now, which if you're not into being a stepfather, you now have 80 kids to be your Yule lads and be like, all right, kids, mom's asleep and she's not waking up for another 8 months, so let's get to consuming.
Is this worse or better than Krampus? Because she doesn't have an agenda. She doesn't even have a self-righteous agenda. She's just hungry.
I'd make the argument that it's worse. Unfortunately.
Yeah.
Better than the Grinch.
She's better than the Grinch. She wants disobedient children. So there's maybe some type of thing, but it might just be she wants an excuse to eat children.
Yeah. It could be the excuse to eat children. She's not really, she doesn't go the Grinch destroyed Christmas and Krampus punished evil children. This is the true neutral of give me children you don't want and I'll either eat them or they will become part of my horde for the Christmas season. And Krampus is inherently evil or is someone who derives pleasure in punishing.
Krampus is lawful evil, and I think Grilla is neutral evil or something.
And the Grinch would be chaotic evil.
Yes.
Wow, we're just
covering our bases.
Yeah, we're making the Christmas alignment chart. Chaotic good, truly lawful good, I guess, would be Santa Claus.
Yeah, I guess. Anyway,
what would Rudolph be? Neutral good, because he let off he
was he a hero of any type?
Well, I mean,
Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer had a very shiny nose. Oh, he saved Christmas because of his nose.
Yeah, why'd you have to sing the song to figure that out?
Because I don't remember anything about Rudolph.
What do you mean you don't remember? It's one of the most famous fucking Christmas stories.
Well, I have to. It's sometimes I forget what the alphabet is, which letter goes after which letter.
That's fine. Okay, again, that's fine. I get that. The alphabet is difficult. Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer
had a very shiny nose.
And if you ever saw it, you would even say it glows.
You would never see it glows. All the other reindeer used to laugh and call him names. Ableism. They wouldn't let poor Rudolph join in any reindeer games. Then one foggy Christmas Eve, Santa came to say, Rudolph, with your nose so bright, we're going to use your ableism to help save. I mean, not your ableism. We're going to use your disability to save Christmas. Then all the reindeer loved him and they shouted out with glee,
What did they shout out?
I don't know.
Joe,
they
you
said
sure?
yippee.
No.
But then what did they say after that?
No. And they shouted out with glee. I'm sorry that we're pausing the episode for this, but now I want to know if Joe can figure this out.
And then Rudolph, you'll go down in history. I don't know.
Yeah, it's literally that. Like Rudolph, or like you'll go down in history.
Okay, we did it.
No, we didn't. This wasn't. I don't know what you fucking thought happened here. No, first of all, no one asked you to sing the rest of the song. And second, you fucking struggled for at least 30 seconds to figure out what the fuck the ending was. Which is the same thing you said at the beginning. It's a circular story.
Papa scale?
Sure. I don't know what else to fucking do at this point.
We're tired. We're spiraling.
I just don't know. Like,
I just don't know what to do.
I just don't know what's happening. We should not be making a podcast, everybody.
All right, we're gonna end the podcast is ending after Christmas.
Yeah, after Christmas. So. Don't expect any more episodes from us. But you know what? Maybe we'll give you a surprise Christmas gift, and it's gonna have more episodes.
Then we'll kiss you.
I'm not doing that. Some of you are gross. Wash your mouths.
Some of you are nasty.
Some of you don't brush your tongues. Papa scale.
Papa scale. A possibility once a year.
Once a year, again, with Krampus. So this is no
Krampus.
Not even. It has to be like around like below a 5. But she
4.3. You can keep talking when I interrupt you. It's okay.
No, it's fine. I think it would be. I'm gonna do a 4.6.
Nice.
Because fuck you.
Because she's available 2 days.
She's available 2 days out of the year, and you can regularly interact with people. She actually goes up to like people and says, "Do you want your kids anymore?" No.
That's true. That's true. Actually, I'll take them.
I'll take them. I'll take those kids off your hands.
I'll rehabilitate them and then send them off to the workforce. Mm-hmm. And then maybe you'll see them again, but no guarantee.
Oh my God, we've done full circle. She's the nanny. She's the nanny.
You know how like in whatever streaming television service in The Nanny, she ate all the children after after she was like,
listen, let me take them to my house and I'm going to just fucking eat them. So yeah.
I'll give them a reward.
We'll give them a little reward and then bake them into a little pie.
Bake them into a little children pie.
Children pie. Shout out to The Nanny. The British be wild. I don't know what they're doing over there. Attractiveness. She's a MILF, which immediately puts her high in my book.
She's a MILF.
I'm gonna do a 4.
I don't know if she's
I take that back. I'm gonna give her a 6. I'm sorry, everybody.
Is she? I think she's more beautiful than Krampus is, but I don't know 100%. If 7 is correct.
I think she's
6 point something.
I like her design more than I like Krampus's look. I think it's more interesting. I think it's more put together. I like the kind of furry Yeti aspect of this kind of thing. I like the cracked mask. I'm big into masks.
We'll do 7.
We'll
do 7.
You know how people have a mask kink? I like that. So
I love masks. Yeah.
So I think that having the mask and the eye jutting out, the spice and everything. I think this is a 6. The only thing really weighing her down is the personality of wanting to consume children, which you're gonna be like, hey baby, because she's married, so it is possible. Actually, raise up the possibility scale. Hold up, put that to a 5. 5.6.
Because she's married?
Yeah, because she knows what love is. I don't have to fucking...
That's what you're getting out of that. Her marriage, I'm sure, has the level of like Titania and Oberon. They're just like thousands of years old, so their marriage is more of a political alliance than anything. I don't think.
Who's she politically aligned to?
Her husband, whoever the fuck that is.
And what is this? They're not from different houses. There's not Romeo and Juliet.
I'm not saying it's Romeo and Juliet.
I'm not saying it's Romeo and Juliet, but I'm just saying like it's too. You can't.
I hate looking at you. You Whoville looking Christmas fucking ass duck goose egg.
Why did this get turned on me? What's your score for attractiveness?
I think it's on par to Krampus.
Joe, are you doing a 6 or a 7 for attractiveness?
I said 7.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. Fucking was not paying attention.
It's okay.
No, it isn't. That's on me. Because I take responsibility when I'm not paying attention. You know?
For audacity, I think it's on par with Krampus.
It is pretty audacious. Again, it's that 1 to 2 times a year, that interaction.
Yeah.
She wants to eat children mainly. So she's also married. So you're going to have to see if they're in an open
She hibernates
relationship.
for the rest of the year. Honestly,
Yeah.
I get it.
I wish that was me.
We're going to go 5.
I'll go-
Because I don't think she's as violent as Krampus.
Yeah, we don't see her like actually.
She's like,
getting
she
abused
asks.
straps.
She just straight up asks.
I'll do a 5 as well. She's kind. You know, that shows that she's a kind, understanding person because she's asking you.
Yeah.
She's like, hey, listen, I see you're struggling with your child. They're throwing a tantrum in the middle of the Sears. Want me to eat them? Make it easier for you?
I'll take them off your hands.
Yeah. I'll just take the kid off your hands and I'll eat him. That way you don't have to spend all this time at a fucking Sears trying to get him to take a picture with Santa. I'll just eat him. You're gonna be like, wow, that's so thoughtful of you. Do you want to like get coffee?
That's so kind.
Do you want coffee? I'd actually really appreciate it. Like, yeah, sure. Let me just eat your child real quick and then we can go get a coffee and kind of just talk. Listen, I sleep all the time, so I hope it's not. No, it's a problem. I'm already married, but I can we can bump and then just I can just work from home all the time.
You can bump what? You can bump coke
Bump
or
undies.
coochies?
You bump your genitals.
Got it.
I don't understand how sex works, yet here I am.
We have to move on. Parental acceptance?
Not happening.
I think it's higher than Krampus or the Grinch.
It's higher than Krampus the Grinch because she's kinder. She's asking. She seems like she understands.
She's basically a house. She's made out of appliances.
Okay, first of all, slow your roll. No, she isn't. Don't ever talk about the monster.
Yes, she
Don't
is.
compare her to the monster house like this. Stop it.
No, it literally says I literally said in the fucking introduction that she's made out of appliances.
She's not made out of appliances. She's made out of different rags.
She wears rags made up of different discarded appliances.
Fabrics and appliances.
So there's a toaster.
Those are cages. I'm looking at this design right now. Those are just cages. They're a cage. That's not an appliance. A cage isn't a fucking appliance.
Who's telling me that
what cage is
there's
an
not
appliance?
a toaster?
A cage is not a toaster. I'm not fucking attaching. She's not attaching
Chastity
toaster.
cage.
She's not. That's not an appliance.
I disagree.
That's not.
I disagree.
An appliance is something you actively like. That's a toaster. That's a rice cooker.
I think 4. I think 4.
I'll
I
echo a
think
4.
that-
I will echo a 4.
I think that works.
Okay. So as we're getting together, trying to figure out what an appliance is, and we look up that definition, for the last time, grab your eggnog, grab some candy canes as we pause our math for the last time this Christmas season.
Happy holidays.
We're not there yet, Joe. All right, Joe. How about you unwrap your surprise scores for everyone to listen to?
Yeah. So for you, Cleric, our producer pick, Degrila, got a 5.2 overall score. For me, a 5.1. So that does leave the Degrila essentially a rounded up 5.2.
Oh.
Being the winner this time for...
God.
The producer pick is the winner for this episode of Christmas Monsters. Our second is 3.8 with Krampus, and the Grinch with a 3.1 being our loser.
All of those I think are very fair. Also, Kez, I want everyone to know, because we have no visual component, Kez is fucking celebrating. Kez did like a fucking lap.
Kez is flossing right now. Kez is Fortnite dancing.
Kez is orange justicing right now, and it's kind of fucking wild to me. I don't know why she's hitting the Macarena. It's also, she's now doing the Frankie super pose. All right. Let's wrap this up, because I do think Grilla has her place at the top of the Christmas spirits at the moment. I think it's well deserved. The Grinch is garbage, and Krampus kind of cramps your style. But with that, I think it's time for us to wrap up our little Christmas episode. And time for us to all go spirited away to our little Christmas celebrations and things of that sort, our little holiday celebrations. Joe, do you have any closing thoughts?
Happy holidays.
All right. Well, there's that. Kez, any closing thoughts from you? I didn't ask. So the next no, I'm kidding. Kez, any closing thoughts from you, Kez? I didn't think you were going to actually pull the mic down. All right. Kez is shaking her head.
She's shaking her head.
All right. Well, with that, my closing thoughts from all of us here at MFA, from me, Cleric, Joe, Kez, Ribby, and our secret 5th member, we want to wish you a happy holidays. Spend some time doing with what you love. Hope you get some good gifts. And if you're going to be monster fucking this holidays, make sure to wear a condom, because you ain't trying to have any odd June babies.
We don't want any more cancers.
Whoa.
Wait, what are you talking about?
Is it not? That's 9 months.
That's 6 months.
It'll be August?
Yeah.
Yeah, wait, it's December.
So Leos.
To be December to February. No, wait.
To February.
End the episode.
We'll figure this out. All right.
Bye.
One last time for this year. Bye.
Which is why the show, we're trying to be positive about it, Kez. So how about you fucking spin it around, huh?
Let's put a positive light to eugenics.
Yeah, come on.
For Christmas.
For Christmas.